Webcasting from the flatlands of Kansas, though not the flattest lands of Kansas, I'm Jonathan Switzer, and this is the Roboblog Chronicles. This week's topic, speculating about the next Robotech animation. The thing about speculating about the next Robotech animation is that, unlike the Shadow Chronicles, we actually have pretty well-defined cast of characters now. We have villains set up. We can sort of determine where they're going from here. It's not like last time where all we knew was they're going to go find Rick. Except they never actually did this time. So once again, our big jumping point is they're going to go find Rick. Richard A. Hunter, currently aboard the SDF-3, sitting on the bridge, sending out an SOS as the ship drifts precariously close to a big nasty black hole created by the detonation of a Neutron S warhead. Now, Vince is aboard the Archangel, and his last orders are to go find Rick. He knows the SDF-3 was last seen in the Omicron sector, so he's going to fold straight up to the Omicron sector, and if he finds the SDF-3, that story ends in an anti-climax. So he can't find the SDF-3 there in the Omicron sector. So what happens to the SDF-3? Well, the easy answer is the Haydenites managed to get a hold of it. The Haydenites were wondering where it was at the end of the last movie. They really wanted to capture Janice to get her to tell them where it was. On the other hand, they sent the ship in that prevented the SDF-3 from getting within the Icarus's fold bubble, so they should know where it is. Also, even before that, in Prelude to the Shadow Chronicles, Ambassador Vedd was talking to Rick and wished him luck on the Neutron S missile test in the Omicron sector. So clearly the Haydenites should have some idea where it is, which means, yeah, the easy answer is the Haydenites get the ship first, and Vince curses and tells Louis to find him some way of finding where they took it. But before we get to Louis, there is, of course, Jean, who is going to follow Vince wherever he goes and make sure he doesn't do anything stupid. And then we have Janice, who, honestly, I don't know where she's going to fit into the picture of the next movie, because, what, she's Louis' creepy artificial girlfriend. She's a singer, so she might sing something. She's also the biggest potential bad plot device to use in the movie, because, you know, the Haydenites could get a hold of her and reprogram her to do something horrible, or spy on the Expeditionary Force, or she could still actually be spying for the Expeditionary Force. She could be transmitting things to them as we speak. You know, whatever they want her to do, whatever. And poor Louis. Poor Louis. He's going to be on the bridge of the Archangel, and he's going to take things Vince says too literally, and there's going to be more creepy interplay between him and Janice, and one of the old 15th Squadron members needs to show up, laugh at him, and give him a good swift kick in the pants. Okay. Scott Bernard. Scott Bernard is also going to be on the Archangel. You know, Scott's a good leader type guy. He should probably get his own fighter squadron aboard the Archangel. Maybe they can give Wolf Squadron to him if Wolf Squadron's previous commander, prior to Captain Taylor, doesn't show up in the next movie. Reinhardt. Reinhardt is the acting commander of the Robotech Expeditionary Force. While he's currently stationed at Alus on the moon, he should probably go back to Tyrol. He should probably meet with the Expeditionary Force ruling council, and he should probably meet with the Sentinels about what's happened. They will probably also not believe him unless the Haydenites have already decided to start escalating the war. Reinhardt is kind of a gung-ho guy, so the war could start to go in a, Southern Cross kind of direction. Which is to say, we start throwing things at the Haydenites and watching as they blow up. Honestly, that's, pretty much shorthand for, oh no, this leader is bad. Even though there are people who still support Leonard, who think he managed the war with the Masters as well as he could, Reinhardt gave the go-ahead to use the neutron S missiles. Okay, we can sort of see how his leadership style is going to go. All right, Ariel. Ariel's kind of a wild card here because unless Sarah is reintroduced, she's the last Invid, and one thing they could decide to do with her is try and have her contact the Invid Regis for help with the Haydenites. But I cannot see them bringing the Invid back in a major way so soon after their departure. This could be something that goes back to movie 3 or any subsequent series to movie 2. But in the meantime, Ariel's probably going to continue hanging out with Scott and seeing visions and basically Deus Ex Machina-ing things. Marcus Rush is not a bigot anymore. However, he's probably still going to be annoying. And with Scott as his, immediate role model, he's not going to get any less annoying. He's going to be serving with the Skull Squadron unless he gets transferred over to whatever squadron Scott leads, if Scott gets to lead a squadron. And he is going to continue to build up some sort of romance with Maya Sterling. And she is going to lead the Skull Squadron and be cool. Yeah. The Haydenites, here being their Robotech Masteryness, whatever. The Haydenites, we all know what the Haydenites are going to do. The Haydenites are going to continue to attempt to exterminate all races that use protoculture. This could easily lead to one of the early scenes of the movie being the Haydenites blowing up one of the planets of the local group. Or at least, leading a raid on them. Or, we could see a lot of bear people die. Or a lot of fox people. Or Amazons. Or whatever. Unless they decide to try and play things cool and make it seem like Expeditionary Force is nuts. Alright, so next week we'll talk about characters they could bring in from other Robotech stories. Until then, Captain JLS signing off.